Well, first of all, a question of how did this film happen? Because I read it was shot back to back or together with X, but because they are so different visually and like they take place in different eras, so how was it possible to shoot them together? I suppose they were, well, you shot one and then you shot the other one. How did it happen, this project?
Well, I mean, it's a very interesting thing that happened in the midst of COVID. We went to New Zealand to make a film called X. And when we were in New Zealand, you had to do 2 weeks in quarantine to get into the country so that you could, be a part of the country that had zero COVID at the time, so we could make this. X was a movie that would have been very difficult to make in a social distance kind of way because of what the movie was. And so we had put all this effort into going to this country and putting a whole crew there and a cast there. And we, spent all this time and money building all this stuff for X that it seemed like, well, what if we just made 2 movies in a row, because you can't make movies anywhere else, and we're all going to be very fortunate to be here, and we have all these talented people. And so that's where the initial idea of doing 2 movies came from. And then Mia and I started collaborating because Mia was playing Pearl in X, and we started talking about like what Pearl's backstory would be, and what a prequel movie would look like about her when she was young. And that just snowballed into the story that it became, and all credit to A24 for liking the script and, believing in the ambition of it. And so we shot X, and we were prepping Pearl a little bit at the same time with the hopes that it was going to happen. And A24 ultimately said yes prior to even making X, which is a miracle that I'm very grateful for. And then we finished shooting X, and 3 weeks later we were shooting Pearl. So we finished X, let's say on a Friday, and then on Monday we were back in the office prepping Pearl. And so it was very fast, but it was the same people, and we've been talking about it the whole time. So it was one of those like once in a lifetime something like this comes together, and we're here because that did.